Hello everyone, today we are going to learn Chapter 1 Geographical Diversity of India Part 3 from your Social Science textbook. In this video, I'll be covering each and every line from the chapter so you don't miss anything important. Make sure to keep your notebook and pen ready and take notes while watching. This will help you remember the concepts better. You can pause or rewind any time to write things down. So, let's begin. The Peninsular Plateau. Let's remember. A plateau is a landform that rises up from the surrounding land and has a more or less flat surface. Some of its sides are often steep slopes. We have already learned about plateaus. A plateau is a type of landform that is higher than the surrounding land and it has a flat top, but its sides are often steep. So we can think of it as a flat land that is raised above the land around it. India has several plateaus. The most important one is the triangular peninsular area in the middle and south of the country. So, India has many plateaus such as Malwa Plateau, Chota Nagpur Plateau, which are parts of the Peninsular Plateau, the largest plateau region in India. If you look at the map, it appears like a big triangle. This plateau is located in the central and southern part of India. It is also a very old land formation since this region is a peninsula surrounded by water on all three sides by the Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal and the Indian Ocean. It is called a peninsular plateau. A peninsula is a piece of land that is surrounded by water on three sides. So remember, a peninsula means a piece of land that has water on three sides. And the main plateau in India is the triangular peninsular plateau. The peninsular plateau is a very old landform. It is called peninsular because it is surrounded by water on three sides, the Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal and the Indian Ocean. The plateau is bordered by two mountain ranges, the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. The Western Ghats are taller and run along the western coast like a wall, with many beautiful waterfalls flowing down their steep sides during the monsoon season. So this peninsular plateau is surrounded by two mountain ranges, the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. The Western Ghats are higher and run along the western coast like a wall. During the monsoon season, many beautiful waterfalls can be seen flowing down their steep slopes. Don't miss out. The Western Ghats have been declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. They are home to many rivers and have a rich biodiversity. The northern portion of the Western Ghats are also known as the Sahyadri Hills. So, the Western Ghats, which are high mountains with many waterfalls, are very important and have been declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. They are home to many rivers and have a rich variety of plants and animals, which means high biodiversity. The northern part of the Western Ghats is also called the Sahyadri Hills. The Eastern Ghats are lower and broken into smaller hills along the eastern coast. Between these mountain ranges lies the Deccan Plateau, a vast area of flat highlands. So, the Eastern Ghats are not as high as the Western Ghats and are broken into smaller hills along the eastern coast. And between the Western and Eastern Ghats lies the Deccan Plateau. Rivers like the Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri flow across the plateau from west to east. These rivers are important for farming and provide water to millions of people. So remember, rivers like the Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri flow across the plateau from west to east. These rivers are very important because they provide water for farming and are a source of water for millions of people living in these regions. Let's explore. Look at the physical map of India given at the end of the book. Notice the direction of the flow of the rivers. So take the physical map of India given at the end of your book and try to observe the direction in which the rivers are flowing. You will notice that most rivers like Ganga flow from west to east and finally reach the Bay of Bengal. Many rivers in peninsular India also flow from west to east due to the slope of the land. Some rivers like Narmada and Tapti flow from east to west and drain into the Arabian Sea. Most rivers in India flow towards the east, while a few flow towards the west depending on the slope of the land. This plateau is rich in minerals, forests and fertile land, making it vital for India's economy. It tilts a little to the east, so a few of the rivers in this region flow towards the Bay of Bengal. East-flowing rivers like the Godavari, Krishna and Mahanadi originate here, providing water for farming, industries and hydroelectric power. There are west-flowing rivers Narmada, Tapti too, which drain into the Arabian Sea. So, this peninsular plateau is very important for India's economy because it has many minerals, forests and fertile land. The land here slopes slightly towards the east, so many rivers flow in that direction. Rivers like the Godavari, Krishna and Mahanadi flow eastwards into the Bay of Bengal and provide water for farming, industries and electricity generation. But some rivers like the Narmada and Tapti flow westwards and drain into the Arabian Sea. Dense forests on the plateau are home to tribal communities including the Santal, Gond, Baiga, Bhil and Korku. These tribes have distinct languages, traditions and ways of life closely connected to nature. So, in the dense forest of the Peninsular Plateau, there are many tribal communities like the Santal, Gond, Baiga, Bhil and Korku. These people have their own languages, traditions and lifestyles. Their way of life is closely connected to nature as they depend on forest for their food, shelter and daily needs. Figure 1.27 Dense forests of Chhattisgarh, home to many tribal communities. Here we can see the dense forest of Chhattisgarh, and these forests are rich and full of greenery and they are home to many tribal communities who live close to nature. Let's explore. Tribal communities are largely spread over the states of Jharkhand, West Bengal, Odisha, Assam, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Telangana and Gujarat. Examine the physical and political maps at the end of this book to locate the states and connect them to their location on the physical map. So, tribal communities are spread across many parts of India, especially in states like Jharkhand, West Bengal, Odisha, Assam, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Telangana and Gujarat. To understand this better, you should look at both the physical and political maps and try to locate these states and see where they are found in India. Now, let's look at both maps. First, find these states on the political map. Then check the physical map to see where they are located in India. Now, let's find these states step by step. First, look towards the eastern side of India. You will find Jharkhand, Odisha and West Bengal there. Now, move slightly towards the central part. This is where the Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh are located. Now, look towards the western side of India. Here you will find Gujarat and Maharashtra. Now, move a little towards the south central region to locate Telangana. Finally, look at the northeastern part of India. This is where Assam is located. Then, on the physical map, see where these states lie. Many of these states are located in plateau regions like the Deccan Plateau and Chota Nagpur Plateau, central and eastern parts of India. So, most tribal communities in India live in the central, eastern and northeastern states, which are mainly covered by plateaus, hills and forests. Plateaus are home to many beautiful waterfalls in India as rivers flow over their uneven and rocky surfaces. These waterfalls not only attract tourists but also help in hydroelectric power generation and provide water for irrigation. So, plateaus in India are flat highlands, but their surfaces are not always smooth. They are rocky and uneven. When rivers flow over these rocky surfaces, they form beautiful waterfalls. These waterfalls are not just lovely to see. They also help us in two important ways. First, the water can be used to generate electricity called hydroelectric power. Second, it provides water for farms so crops can grow. So, waterfalls and plateaus are both beautiful and useful. Figure 1.28 Powerhouse waterfalls at Periyakanal near Munnar, Kerala. So powerhouse waterfalls are located near Munnar in Kerala. Surrounded by hills and greenery, the water flows down with great force, especially during the rainy season, making it a scenic and refreshing place. Figure 1.29, Lion-tailed macaque in the Western Ghats. Lion-tailed macaque is a type of monkey found in the Western Ghats. It has a black body with a silver-white mane around its face, which looks like a lion's mane. These monkeys live in dense forests and are rare and endangered. Figure 1.30, King Cobra of the Western Ghats. King Cobra, a very venomous snake found in the Western Ghats. It is the longest venomous snake in the world and usually lives in forest and dense vegetation. The King Cobra is important in the ecosystem as it controls the population of other snakes and rodents. Figure 1.31, this is an insectivorous plant, meaning it feeds on insects found in the Western Ghats. It catches small insects in sticky traps and digests them. This is an insect-eating plant, that is, insectivorous plant found in the Western Ghats. It catches small insects using sticky traps on its leaves and digests them for nutrients. Figure 1.32, coal mines in the plateau, an important resource especially in the production of electricity. Coal is a fossil fuel, the use of which contributes to global warming. So here we can see the coal mines in the plateau region. Coal is an important natural resource and is widely used to produce electricity. Coal is also a fossil fuel, which means it was formed from plants that lived millions of years ago and got buried deep inside the earth. Over time, heat and pressure change them into coal. However, when coal is used, it releases harmful gases that contribute to global warming. Next is India's amazing coastlines. India's coastline is dotted with beautiful beaches, rocky cliffs, and lush green forest. Some beaches have golden sand while others have black rocks. Some islands have coral reefs while others are covered in thick jungles. India's coasts are full of surprises. The Indian coastline is over 7,500 km long. So far, we have been learning about the plateaus of India. Now, let us move towards another important physical feature, the coastal regions of India. India's coastline is full of beauty and variety. As you move along the coast, you can see sandy beaches, rocky cliffs, and green forest. Some beaches have golden sand while others have black rocks. The islands are also different. Some have colorful coral reefs while others are covered with thick forest. Altogether, India's coastline is more than 7,500 km long and is full of surprises. Let's explore. Look at the physical map of India in your school atlas or wall map and find the names of 5 rivers that flow into the Bay of Bengal. Find out India's coastal states and discuss the difference between the western and eastern coastal plains. Now let's do a small activity using the map. Look at the physical map of India and try to find 5 rivers that flow into the Bay of Bengal. Then identify the coastal states of India and observe the difference between the western and eastern coastal plains. 5 rivers that flow into the Bay of Bengal: Ganga, Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi and Kaveri. Ganga flows from the northern plains and empties into the Bay of Bengal, and Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi, Kaveri, these rivers flow from the Peninsula Plateau to the Bay of Bengal. Coastal states are the states that lie along the sea. India has coastal states on both the western side and the eastern side. On the western side of India, along the Arabian Sea, we have Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka and Kerala. Now, look at the eastern side along the Bay of Bengal. Here we have West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Now, difference between western and eastern coastal plains. The western coastal plains are narrow while the eastern coastal plains are wide. The western coast is closer to the Western Ghats while the eastern coast has broader plains between land and sea. The western coast has more rocky and uneven shores while the eastern coast has smooth and sandy beaches. Rivers on the western coast form estuaries while rivers on the eastern coast form large deltas. We will learn what delta and estuary are in the next paragraphs and understand them clearly. Do you know what it is called when these rivers split into multiple streams near the coast? Discuss with your teacher in class to find out. So, have you noticed that some rivers, when they reach the coast, split into many smaller streams? What do you think this is called? It is called a delta. When a river reaches near the coast, it often splits into many smaller streams before flowing into the sea. This happens because the river slows down and deposits the sand, silt, and clay it has carried from upstream. This area of multiple channels is called a delta. In India, we have many deltas like Sundarban Delta of the Ganga and Brahmaputra, Godavari Delta in Andhra Pradesh, Krishna Delta in Andhra Pradesh. So remember, a delta is where a river spreads out into many streams near the sea. The west coast of India. The west coast of India stretches from Gujarat to Kerala, passing through Maharashtra, Goa and Karnataka. Most rivers here originate in the Western Ghats, flow swiftly and form estuaries. The coastline is shaped by alluvial deposits from short rivers and features coves, creeks and estuaries, with the Narmada and Tapti estuaries being the largest. So, the west coast of India stretches from Gujarat to Kerala, passing through Maharashtra, Goa and Karnataka. Most rivers here start from the Western Ghats and quickly flow into the sea because the distance is short. Since they flow fast, they do not split into many branches but form estuaries. As these rivers flow, they carry sand, mud and soil. When they slow down, they deposit these materials which are called alluvial deposits. These deposits help shape the coastline into features like coves, creeks and estuaries. A cove is a small curved part of the sea that goes into the land. A creek is a narrow water channel along the coast, and an estuary is a place where a river meets the sea. And the largest estuaries are formed by the Narmada and Tapti rivers. Figure 1.34, an aerial view of a part of the west coast. Note how close the hills of the Western Ghats are to the Arabian Sea. So, this is an aerial view of a part of India's west coast. You can see that the hills of the Western Ghats are very close to the Arabian Sea. This is why rivers here are short and fast flowing, and the coast has narrow plains, coves and estuaries. The west coast has many important ports and cities. These have been the centers of economic activity for millennia. So, the west coast of India has many important ports and cities. These ports and cities have been centers of trade and business for thousands of years, making the west coast an important area for economic activity. This picture shows Mumbai, a major city on the west coast of India, which is known as the financial center of the country because many important businesses, banks and companies are located here. The east coast. The east coast lies between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal, stretching from the Ganga Delta to Kanyakumari. It has wide plains and major river deltas including Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Important water bodies like Chilika Lake and Pulikat Lake, a lagoon which is a body of water separated from larger bodies of water by a natural barrier, are found here. So, the east coast lies between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal, stretching from the Ganga Delta to Kanyakumari. This region has wide and flat plains. Many large rivers like Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri form big deltas here. We can also find lagoons like Chilika Lake and Pulikat Lake. A lagoon is a shallow water body that is separated from the sea by a natural barrier like sand. Deltas are landforms formed at the mouth of a river when it deposits sediments into a larger body of water, such as an ocean, a lake or another river. Over time, these sediments build up, forming a triangular or fan-shaped area. The Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri and Mahanadi rivers create fertile deltas, making the land ideal for farming. So, when the river reaches the sea, it slows down and starts dropping the sand and soil it carries. Slowly, these materials build up and form a new piece of land at the river's mouth. This is called a delta. It often looks like a triangle or a fan. Rivers like Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri and Mahanadi form large deltas, and these areas are very fertile, making them ideal for farming. This satellite image shows the eastern coast of India, and it mainly shows the Ganga-Brahmaputra delta near the Bay of Bengal. You can see rivers splitting into many branches as they reach the sea. And this white green area, which is very fertile because of the rich soil deposited by the rivers. Indian islands. The Indian islands refer to the group of islands scattered across the Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal, which form part of India's territory. India has two major island groups, Lakshadweep in the Arabian Sea and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal. These islands have unique wildlife, beautiful beaches, coral reefs and volcanoes. Several ancient tribes made these islands their home tens of thousands of years ago. So, India also has many islands spread across the surrounding seas. The two main island groups are Lakshadweep in the Arabian Sea and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal. These islands are famous for their natural beauty with clean beaches, coral reefs and even volcanoes. They are also home to unique wildlife and ancient tribes who have lived there for thousands of years. Lakshadweep Islands. Lakshadweep is an archipelago, a group of islands located in the Arabian Sea close to the Malabar coast of Kerala. It is made up of 36 islands made of coral. Not all islands are inhabited by people. India controls a vast marine area, allowing for fishing, resource exploration and environmental protection. So, Lakshadweep is an archipelago, meaning a group of islands located close to each other. It is situated in the Arabian Sea near the Malabar coast of Kerala. It has 36 small islands formed from coral. Coral are tiny sea animals that slowly build hard structures under the sea, and over time these rise above the water to form islands. So, some islands here are inhabited while others are not. These islands are important because they help India control a large marine area, which is useful for fishing, exploring resources and protecting marine life. Andaman and Nicobar Islands. This archipelago comprises more than 500 large and small volcanic islands divided into two distinct groups, the Andaman and the Nicobar Islands. Their location is very important. They are like the outpost of India, keeping an eye on the ocean. It is home to a variety of flora and fauna. The Andaman Islands are also significant from a historical point of view. Many of our freedom fighters were jailed there under the most severe conditions in a prison complex called cellular jail. It has been preserved to remind us of the tremendous sacrifices that our forefathers made so we could be free. We will discuss this some more in our higher classes. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands form a large archipelago of more than 500 islands in the Bay of Bengal. These islands are divided into the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and their location is very important as they act like guards in our ocean watching over India. The islands are rich in plant and animal life. They also hold great historical importance as many Indian freedom fighters were imprisoned in the cellular jail, which is also known as Kalapani, where they were kept in separate cells under very harsh conditions. Today, this jail stands as a reminder of their courage and sacrifices for our India's freedom. Figure 1.36, Coral Reef in the Lakshadweep Islands. The Lakshadweep Islands are made mostly of coral, which is why the water around them is clear and rich in marine life like fish and other sea creatures. Just like Lakshadweep, the coral reefs in the Andaman Islands are also rich in biodiversity, meaning they are home to many types of fish, plants and other sea animals. They also help protect the coastline by reducing the force of sea waves. Figure 1.38, a floating dock, a small port of the Indian Navy near the Andaman Islands. A floating dock is a small movable port used by ships and boats. The Indian Navy uses it to anchor and repair ships. Its location near the Andaman Islands is strategically important for defense and security in the Bay of Bengal. Don't miss out. Barren Island, figure 1.39 above, in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands is the only active volcano in India. It sometimes erupts, sending smoke and lava into the sky. The Barren Island in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands is very special because it has the only active volcano in India. An active volcano means it can erupt, and when it does, it throws out smoke, ash and hot lava into the sky. And this is an aerial view, which means it is taken from high above. So we can clearly see the shape of the volcano and the island around it. This makes Barren Island a very rare and unique natural feature in India. The delta in West Bengal and the Sundarbans. As we travel back from the islands towards the eastern side of the Himalayas through the Bay of Bengal, we come to the Sundarbans. This is located in the delta of the Ganga Brahmaputra. You saw them earlier in the chapter and their tributaries. This delta has a unique combination of the river, sea and land. About half of it is located in India and the rest of it is in Bangladesh. This is also a UNESCO heritage site. The Sundarbans are home to many species including the Royal Bengal tiger. Note, do remember to look at the map and identify where the delta is. So, as we move from the islands back towards the eastern side of the Himalayas via the Bay of Bengal, we reach the Sundarbans. This area is in the delta of the Ganga, Brahmaputra and their tributaries. The Sundarbans have a unique mix of river, sea and land, creating special habitats. About half of the Sundarbans is in India and the rest is in Bangladesh. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This area is famous for its mangrove forest, trees that grow in salty water. These forests are home to many animals including the Royal Bengal tiger. Now when you look at the map, try to identify this delta where the rivers spread out and meet the sea. The hills of the northeast. Stay on the map as we move towards the hills of the northeast, our final destination for now. Can you see Garo, Khasi and Jantia Mountain on the map? These hills, part of the Meghalaya Plateau, are known for their lush greenery, heavy rainfall and breathtaking waterfalls. This region experiences one of the highest rainfalls in the world, making it rich in forest, unique wildlife and fertile land. So now we are moving towards the hills of northeast India, our final stop. Here, spot the Garo, Khasi and Jaintia hills on the map. These are part of the Meghalaya Plateau. This region is full of lush green forest because it receives very heavy rainfall. In fact, it is one of the wettest places in the world. Because of so much rain, you can see beautiful waterfalls, rich forest and a wide variety of plants and animals. The land here is also very fertile. We have few pictures given here. Seven Sisters Waterfalls, Meghalaya, India. It is called Seven Sisters Waterfalls because the water flows down in 7 separate streams side by side. These waterfalls come down from the high cliffs of the Meghalaya Plateau, creating a very beautiful and powerful natural sea. Next one, the Shatsu Pensium Festival is celebrated by the Khasi people as a form of gratitude towards nature. During the festival, people wear traditional clothes and perform beautiful dances and rituals. Next is Living Roots Bridge near non-grade village Cherrapunji, Meghalaya. These bridges are not built with wood or concrete. Instead, people guide the roots of rubber trees across rivers and over many years the roots grow stronger and form a natural bridge. What makes them special is that they are alive and keep growing, becoming stronger with time. This shows the skill and patience of the local people and how they work with nature, not against it. Don't miss out. Mollong village, situated in the East Khasi hills of Meghalaya, is renowned as the cleanest village in Asia. This picturesque village is famous for its well-maintained cleanliness, bamboo dustbins and eco-friendly living practices. The village is also known for its living root bridges, which are created by weaving tree roots over the course of many years. Mollong village in the East Khasi hills of Meghalaya is known as the cleanest village in Asia. Everywhere you look, the village is neat and well maintained. You will see bamboo dustbins and people follow eco-friendly practices to keep their surroundings clean. This village is also famous for its living root bridges, and these bridges are made by carefully weaving and guiding tree roots over many years. This shows the amazing skill and craftsmanship of the tribes of Northeast India and how they live in harmony with nature. You can see in this picture that these bridges are made by the tribes of the region who guide the roots of rubber trees across rivers. Over many years, the roots grow strong and form natural living bridges. Before we move on, let's recall what we have learned so far. India gives its name to the subcontinent it is a part of. India is so important that it has given its name to the entire region called the Indian subcontinent. A subcontinent is a large part of a continent that has its own distinct geography and culture. This region includes countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, and other countries. Since India is the largest and most important country in this region, the whole area is called the Indian subcontinent. It has many diverse geographical features ranging from the snowy Himalayas to the heat of the Thar Desert. The plains are watered by a large number of rivers. There is also a peninsular plateau with the Arabian Sea on the west and the Bay of Bengal in the east. So, India has many different geographical features. In the north, we have the snow-covered Himalayas, while in the west, there is the hot and dry Thar Desert. Between these, there are fertile plains which are watered by many rivers. These rivers help in farming and support life. In the southern part, there is a peninsular plateau which is surrounded by water, the Arabian Sea on the west and the Bay of Bengal on the east. So, India has a wide variety of landforms making it very diverse. These diverse geographical features have created a variety of conditions with respect to soil, flora, fauna, life and economic opportunities and honed a rich culture. Because India has many different geographical features, it also has different conditions in different places. The soil is different in each region, so different crops grow. There are different types of plants and animals. A people's lifestyle also changes according to the place they live in. There are different economic activities like farming, fishing, mining or trade. All these differences together have helped create a rich and diverse culture in India. These geographical features have played an important role in shaping our civilization. So, India's geographical features like mountains, rivers, plains, deserts and coast have played a very important role in shaping our civilization. Rivers helped early people settle and start farming. Plains supported large populations and cities. Mountains and deserts provided protection. Different regions led to different ways of life and traditions. Because of all this, geography has greatly influenced how people live, grow and develop society in India. So with this, we have completed the part 3 of the chapter Geographical Diversity of India. I hope you found it easy to understand. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. We will see you again in our next video. Bye bye.